Hello, 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 hello. Mic check. Hello.
Yes, sir. आ रही है आवाज.
Okay, thank you. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Mayur, please write your surname also. All of you kindly log in with your first name and last name. Hindraj, kindly log in with your first name and last name. Galaxy A20, kindly log in with your first name and last name. We will wait for 5 minutes and then we will start. I hope you can listen me. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And what screen you are observing right now? Can you see the PPT?
No, sir.
Okay. Galaxy A20.
No, sir.
Okay. Kindly log in through your name and surname, first name and last name. We will wait for 5 minutes and then we will start.
Mr. Swami.
I hope you can see this PPT right now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. You can see this, no? Hello. Am I audible? And can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us start our discussion. I hope all of you have joined the Google Classroom, as I have requested you to join the Google Classroom of System in Mechanical Engineering subject. Okay. So we had discussed this part. I hope nobody is having any doubt in this. Nobody has doubt in the examination as well as in the marks distribution in the teaching scheme. Okay. Course objectives, course outcome that we had already discussed. Then uh, syllabus we had discussed. So unit 1 syllabus we had already discussed, part A, part B. Okay. Then unit 2 we had discussed 3, 4, 5 and 6. All the units syllabus we have discussed earlier. Okay, that is not a problem. Now today, from today onwards, we are going to start the our exact topic. Don't scribe, Himanshu. So from today onwards, we are going to discuss our content of the syllabus, isn't it? That is nothing but the first unit. So Himanshu, don't scribe. Are you there, Himanshu?
कोणच्या मधल्या इथं माझं लेक्चर चालू आहे तुझं काय रे मध्ये
All of you kindly mute yourself.
घरी
Himanshu, mute
हा
yourself.
लेक्चर आहे बायाला बोलव अरे मला फोन करून यायच्यात होता कुठे घरी आलाय इथं इथं घरी आलाय
Okay. Now am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you will not get any disturbances. Okay. So okay. So we are starting actually our first unit. That is nothing but the introduction of the different energy sources and its conversion. Okay. So this particular unit is divided into two parts, two categories. So very first category is energy sources. So what sources of energy we do have, that we will discuss first. And in the second part, or in the second part B, we will discuss the different energy sources conversion devices. Okay, so we have different sorts of devices which converts the energy. Okay, that we are going to discuss in the part B. So today we are about to start from the part A, that is nothing but the energy sources. Okay, now if we discuss the different sources of the energy, so very first that comes into our mind is we do have two major sources of energy. One is the non-conventional energy sources and another one is the conventional energy resources. Okay, so all of you have studied this many times till the 12th standard, but still we will revise this. So very well-known non-conventional energy resources: solar one, then wind, ocean, thermal, geothermal energy resources. Okay, and the conventional energy sources are coal, water, nuclear energy, petroleum products, and the natural gases. Okay, so these are the different sources of the energy. Okay, then we will discuss the what are the different advantages and the disadvantages of both the energy sources. So whenever we are first discussing the non-conventional energy sources, its advantages are these are easily available in the nature, so we can use it quite nicely, and these are easily available. Okay, then the its availability is in the large quantity. Those are available in the large quantity, and the very best advantage is these are not polluting one. Okay, they don't pollute. Okay, then they do have very less maintenance cost. They do have very less maintenance cost. But on the contrary, what we can see is the disadvantage of this particular thing is non-conventional energy sources are the availability of these sources. They are available in the very low intensity. Okay, they are available in a very particular period of time only. Then the efficiency of these particular energy sources is very less. And if we try to utilize this particular source of energy, then we should have some equipment or some sort of an arrangement. Okay, and that particular arrangement or the equipment uh, is quite costly one. Okay, so initial cost of these products, which are based on the working of the non-conventional energy sources, is quite costly. Okay, so these are the advantages and the disadvantages of the non-conventional energy sources. Then if we discuss the conventional energy sources as well as the non-conventional energy sources, then its advantages are thermal efficiency is quite more. Okay, and we are quite interested in the thermal efficiency only. Then if you compare the initial cost with the non-conventional one, it is quite cheaper. Okay, then intensities are quite high as compared with the non-conventional one. But the disadvantage of the main disadvantage of this particular energy sources is its running and maintenance cost is quite high. Whenever we have any system which is running on this particular energy sources, its operating cost and the maintenance cost both are quite high. Okay, and another biggest disadvantage is that uh, these uh, energy resources or the plant makes pollution. Okay, so these are polluting one. Okay, so next is just a minute. Okay, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir.
sir.
Sagar, don't scribble.
Yes.
See, you don't have to touch to if you are on the if you are attending this lecture with your mobile. Don't scribble if you are okay. तुम्ही जर का स्क्रीनला काही कुठे टच केलं तर इथे स्क्रिबलिंग होतं and it will disturb you and me both. Okay, so don't scribble. If you want to scribble, if you want to make disturbances, don't do that. ठीक है?
Sorry, sir.
Okay. कुठे होतो आपण हा yes we were discussing the conventional as well as non-conventional energy resources. Okay, now to utilize these energy resources we do have different sorts of power plants. Okay, now plants you are already aware, isn't it? Just a minute. Plants you are already aware what is different plants are there, isn't it? But whatever plant, if we want a mango plant, a mango tree is there, different sorts of trees are there. Okay, if we plant those, what we are going to get, we are going to get the oxygen, we are going to get the different fruits, flowers, that is what we are going to get. But if we plant the power, then what we are going to get, we are going to get the energy, and that energy, it is in the form of the electricity. So basic our intention is whatever output we want we from this particular power plant is that nothing but the we want electricity. Okay, we want electricity to produce and to utilize. So we do have different options to do so. So very first and very well known option is thermal power plant. In some other books, in some other videos, in some other texts, you may find this power plant is named as steam power plant. Okay, so steam power plant as well as thermal power plant both are same. Okay, then can you anybody tell me where you have seen this steam power plant or thermal power plant? कुठे पाहिलाय का तुम्ही हा? सांगा बरं.
Yes, sir.
कुठे पाहिला?
No, sir.
Nagar.
No, sir.
ओके, ज्याने पाहिला त्याने कुठे पाहिला?
दीपनगरला आहे सर, भुसावळमध्ये.
सॉरी, परत सांग कुठे?
भुसावळमध्ये दीपनगर मध्ये सर.
ओके, तुझा आवाज व्यवस्थित येत नाहीये. ठीक आहे, असो.
BTPS.
Yes, can you tell me the location?
भुसावळ थर्मल पॉवर प्लांट.
Yes, Bhusawal thermal power plant. Yes, very good. Then in Nashik also we do have one more thermal power plant, Eklare thermal power plant. Yes, yes. So if you are from mechanical stream, then you may have to visit that particular power plant in the field trip. आपली जी काही industrial visit असते, in that industrial visit you may be visiting that particular power plant. Okay. Then different hydroelectric power plants are there. Okay. Can anybody tell me the name of the hydroelectric power plant which are there in the Maharashtra area? Okay, not a problem. Then next one is the solar power plant, wind power plant, and nuclear power plant. So all these are the power plants which we are going to discuss in this particular unit. Okay. Now, see, what is the basically thermal power plant does? Thermal power plant is the largest source of power plant in the India, and about 75% of the electricity which is consumed by the India and which is generated by the only thermal power plants. Okay. There are different types of the thermal power plants based on the fuel used to generate the steam, such as coal, gas, diesel, isn't it? So there are different sorts of power plants according to the fuel used. Now, there are different factors which we are going to discuss in this, but let me please comment if you are comfortable with this particular diagram or with this particular diagram. Please let me know. कुठली diagram तुम्हाला draw करणं सोपं आहे?
The first one, sir.
First one.
This one, isn't it?
Thermal power plant.
First one, sir.
Yes, yes.
This one.
Yes, yes. First one, na? Okay. You don't need to
Yes,
chat. You don't need to chat. Okay. Just we will discuss. So this diagram you feel better to draw in the exam. Okay. So that is what option I am also putting in front of you only. While we are drawing any sort of diagram in the examination, in the write-ups, we are going to draw this particular diagram in the, okay. But for the sake of understanding, we are going to discuss this particular power plant with this particular diagram, isn't it? Now, before drawing this particular, before discussing the this particular diagram or this particular thermal power plant, what we will be doing is we will go through one video. And actually what is my procedure is, usually what I do, it is better to understand any sort of concept, any sort of thing through a mechanism or through a moving thing or through a video. That is better. We can grasp those things very easily. Okay. So what I have done this over here is we have one video which is going to explain us the basic working of the thermal power plant. Okay. That is what we are going to do. Yes, madam. थोड़ा वेळ नाही देऊ का? एकच मिनिट. Just a minute, students. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry for the disturbances. Okay, thank you. Sorry for the disturbances. So what we will do, we will go through the video first and then we will discuss the whole working of this thermal power plant. But you have to make sure that this particular PPT is there in the Google Classroom. So while attending the next lecture, you will have to draw this particular diagram. This what you can observe right now. ही डायग्राम तुम्हाला ड्रॉ करायची आहे, प्लस ही वाली डायग्राम पण तुम्हाला ड्रॉ करायची आहे. तुमच्याकडे जे देखील पेजेस असतील, वॉट एव्हर पेजेस यू आर हॅव्हिंग राईट नाव विथ यू, वेदर इट कॅन बी अ नोटबुक.
सर पहिली डायग्राम दाखवा ना.
Sorry?
दुसरी डायग्राम दाखवा ना.
Yes. Wait. Just let me finish first. Whatever page you are having right now, it can be journal page, it can be rough page, it can be rough book. On that particular page, you will have to draw this diagram as well as you will have to draw this diagram. And from where you are going to get this? You are going to get this from the Google Classroom. Okay? Google Classroom मध्ये या दोन्ही डायग्राम्स आहेत. तर उद्याच्या लेक्चरला येताना तुम्ही ही डायग्राम ड्रॉ करून मग लेक्चर अटेंड करणार. ठीक आहे? आणि मग मी चेक करेल एकेकाची डायग्राम ड्रॉ केलेली. ठीक आहे? Is it understood?
हो सर. Yes sir.
Okay, thank you. So now what we will do, we will discuss this working of this particular power plant. But prior to that, we are going to see the video. Okay. Can you see this particular video?
No, sir.
No?
No.
You can't see, na?
No, sir.
Wait. Now, can you see this video?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. And see, this is what is the working video of an thermal power plant. I hope you can see now. This is how
Yes, sir.
thermal power plant works. Okay. Now, see from where we are going to start. So this is what is our starting point. आता तुम्हाला एकदम सगळं फारच खिचडी दिसत असेल, but if we start from the first point, then you will understand each and every point very clearly. Okay. Now, so this is what is the boiler. What is the role of the boiler? It is there to convert water into steam. So over here, what we are feeding to this particular boiler, hot water. Okay. And it is converting this particular hot water into the steam. ठीक आहे. ते बॉयलर मध्ये काय होतंय, वॉटरचं कन्वर्जन स्टीम मध्ये होतंय. सो व्हॉट वी आर डुईंग ओव्हर हिअर, व्हॉट वी आर फीडिंग ओव्हर देअर इज थ्रू द फर्नेस वी आर गिविंग हीट टू द बॉयलर. ओके. अँड फॉर दॅट providing that particular heat, what we are supplying over here is we are supplying coal. So this particular boiler or this particular thermal power plant works on the fuel that is nothing but the coal. Okay. So we have one coal storage unit, and from that coal storage unit, that coal is being what we can say brought to the furnace through a device or through a coal handling system. Okay. There are different sorts of the devices or processes which we do on the coal. म्हणजे कोळसेवरती आपण we do lot many processes and then we bring it to the furnace and then it is going to be burned. Okay. So once this coal start burning, then it will release some heat. That heat will be absorbed by the water which is there inside the boiler. Okay. And then that water will get converted into the steam over here. Okay. Now whatever the flow gases are there which are going out from the furnace to the surrounding through chimney, that we have supplied to firstly superheater, then it is supplied to the economizer, and then it is supplied to the air preheater. Okay. Now what is the role of these three devices that we will discuss? So superheater converts the steam into the superheated steam. So what is the outcome of that? The outcome of the superheater is, say for example, if we have steam over here which is having the mixture of steam plus it will be steam. Means what? It will be air plus moisture. The content of this particular steam will be, it will be having some dryness fraction. That is nothing but the mostly dryness fraction is denoted in terms of value x or the letter x. So it will have some dryness fraction, and we don't want that x, we want that x to be equal to the 0. Okay, ideally we don't make it 0, but we will make it up to 0.1 or 0.15 like that. Okay, okay. So this superheater will convert the whatever steam is there into the dry superheated steam. Okay, and that dry superheated steam will be supplied to the turbine. Are you getting me? Then these same flue gases are being passed to the economizer. What this economizer will do, that whatever water we are feeding to the boiler, that water will be preheated in the economizer. Okay, now see, माझा आवाज ऐकू येतोय ना? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
We have five. Okay, thank you. So this is what the economizer's role is. It will preheat the water. Okay. Say for example, water starts converting into the steam at 100 degrees Celsius. So we have water which is available in the river at normal surrounding temperature. Say for example, it is at 35 degrees Celsius. Okay, so this boiler has to work on this particular water from 35 degrees Celsius to say for example 100 degrees Celsius. Means what? Near about 65 to 75 degrees Celsius heat that boiler has to add in that particular water. So the efficiency of boiler or the requirement of the boiler is being increased. So to reduce that particular requirement and to increase the efficiency of the boiler, we are preheating that particular water over here in the economizer. Say for example, from 35 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius, this water is being heated in the economizer. Okay, and then that particular water is being fed to the, that particular hot water is being fed to the boiler. Okay, now so the efficiency of the boiler will be increased in the economizer. So that is what is the outcome of the economizer. Then similarly, similar thing goes to the air preheater. Air also will be preheated and that will be supplied to the furnace. And then through the draft fan, this particular flue gases will be thrown into the atmosphere with the help of chimney. Done with this? Are you getting the things?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then after the furnace, we do have ash handling unit. Means what? Whatever the byproducts of the coals are there, ash is there. So that ash handling units are there, which are going to convert their chemical composition, and those ash will be used for the further purpose. Then we do have turbine. Okay, so for what input we are giving to the turbine? Over here, from here, we are giving input to the turbine as superheated steam. The pressure of that particular superheated steam is being utilized, and this turbine is being rotated, and that rotational energy of the turbine blade or the turbine shaft is being connected to the generator or the alternator, and that rotational energy is being converted into the electricity in the generator or in the alternator. Okay, and through which we are going to get the electricity. Then whatever steam is getting exhausted from the turbine, it is again collected, or it is again converted into the water form in the condenser. Okay, and that condensed steam is again fed to the that is again fed to the boiler through the heater or to the through the economizer. Okay, then some makeup water is being again added into the boiler. Say for example, if we are using 100 liters of water in the beginning, that then same 100 liter of water will not be there throughout the day. We have to add some liters of water in the system. Okay. I think you might have understood this. If not, we will discuss this same topic in the next lecture also. We have only 1 minute left. Okay. If you have any doubts, we will discuss this. Not a problem. But I hope you
Sir.
are getting the things.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, I do not understand.
काही समजलं नाही बेटा तुला?
मला काही समजलं नाही.
Very good. आणखीन? Okay. So again, we will discuss in the next lecture. But as of now, there are two things. One thing, in the chat box, you have to mention your mark. You have to type as present. तुम्हाला प्रेझेंट म्हणून टाईप करायचंय आणि चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये सेंड करायचंय. प्लस आपली जी काही अटेंडन्स लिंक आहे त्या अटेंडन्स लिंक थ्रू पण तुम्हाला अटेंडन्स मार्क करायचंय. Again, in the next lecture, we will discuss this same topic. But in the next lecture, you will be having diagram with you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for this particular lecture. All the best. You can leave the meeting. You can mark present in the chat box.